to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Just My Opinion with Slim J. We got Slim in the building.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in with Slim J. Just My Opinion. Here's
I
me.
wish I knew.
Well, as usual, I'm going to let you all get everything together and get your popcorns or whatever you do when you're looking at me. Just Slim J. My opinion. Hey, what? I'm going to have some good stuff for y'all tonight. Hey, BD. Thanks for tuning in. I want y'all to settle down, relax. I know y'all tired of seeing that face. So am I. But we just cannot let him get off without saying something, without doing something about this cat. So let's get it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also, by the way, if you didn't know, Slim got her own channel. Please make sure you go over to that channel. Just My Opinion with Slim J. We're gonna have to get y'all an update on the subscribers though. Might have to get that. I think we got some more subscribers. They've been taking it.
Take it.
It's great that y'all get in there and support her if you're feeling what you're doing. And send it out to a friend. Y'all know what to do.
You know, spread the love like mayonnaise on bread. Show me some love.
Show some love and keep it real.
Just show me some love. Like I said, we're gonna have some updates on some of the podcasts I had did. You know, previous. Some of these cases we kind of left alone for a little bit because we wanted to see what the outcome was gonna be. And I must say, on both cases, I am surprised. And so will you. You just gotta stay tuned and watch. My back is killing me. that, that thing going on a day. So I'm sure y'all got everything going, you know, little popcorns, little nice snack. It's not after 9 o'clock, so y'all may be in good good vibes with just little snacks, little drink, little nightcap, well, that may be for you. So again, thank you all for tuning in with Slim J, just my opinion. And I hope everybody had a great day at work today. Uh, my day started off warm, then hot, then boiling, and then it rained. Oh my goodness. That rain did something like serious. I almost went in there and asked my boss, since he not gonna let us go home, can he let me borrow his boat so I can get to the house? Yeah. Unfortunately, he wasn't in there. So it was just a thought. Damn. But I hope everybody had a great day at work. I know a lot of you all off tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend. Or some people only have the 2 days because some people have to go back to work on Saturday, which is a bummer because if you do everything, tonight as to get everything prepared for tomorrow, have fun tomorrow, and then want to rest Saturday, you can't. You have to get up and go make that money, man. So, anywho, you think we ready to crack this case open? Crack it down? Or just what do you think? My goodness. So, as y'all know, and it have been everywhere on TV, on the internet, on Facebook, everywhere, YouTube. Like, you cannot miss this dude. Like, I don't know if he was more popular when he was rapping and making songs, making music, or was he when he was in the court. I think this showed another side of him that nobody knew about, except the people that partied with him, hung around him, was his security guards, his staff members. They knew the real P Diddy, the one and only, right? So, man, this trial was long. Not as long as I really thought it was gonna be because I really don't think they finished with it. But unfortunately, they winding it up and they're making sure that they cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Well, me and a coworker, Jay-Z, was going back and forth with it. What do you really think? Do you think, number one, do you think that they're gonna say P. Diddy did his time and they're gonna let him go? And like put like a monitor on him? Or do you think that they will let him serve time and just let him free without any monitor, anything? Or you just don't give a what? So tell me, 1, 2, or 3. What do you think they're gonna do to Diddy? What is your personal thoughts about that? Because me personally, I think that he should do some time. Some serious time. I'm not talking about that little hot 5 years. I'm talking about some time. Because even though, yes, some points was proven that some people dealt with it or like it, enjoy it, they didn't really say a lot about it. And then some people they traumatized behind the lifestyle that they live or was forced to do or getting blackmailed or whatever the case may be. So I don't know, but what do you think? What do my chat line say? Because I see it's booming over here.
Look at Assassin said, Diddy finna have the biggest freak off this side of Mississippi. And he said, take that.
See, that's gonna be some words that we usually say a lot, like, oh man, just take that, take it and lay down, or suck it up, buttercups. But that take that is gonna be around for a long time, like they don't know about us. So yeah, just let me think, in this process. I mean, this dude, after they read him, you know, what they wasn't charging him with, what they was charging her with. Three, I don't give a flip, but my opinion is to go home with a slap on the wrist. Yes, thanks for tuning in, baby Scorpio. Glad to have you here with us, and I think you're right. It's see, it feel that way, and it may feel that way to him, but I feel that he should be there for a little longer than what he is there for. I also think, you know, with this like they said, the things that they going to give him, the things that they did not charge him with, I really do think it's gonna be a slap on the wrist and go on by your business and continue doing your little freak shows. You just probably go to a different state. But I mean, men's, females, boys, girls, just watch who you hang around with. If you drink something, you eating something, and you leave it, and you don't have nobody around you that you really trust, don't eat it, don't drink it. It's just a loss. Because nowadays you don't know what's gonna happen. So let's see what this the court set up. Oh well, let's go to the the chat line first, and then we're gonna get into this what the court did and did not do as charged him with.
So the Kansas assassin said he thought he told you that he won't stop. He thought he told you that he won't stop.
Okay.
And then I wasn't gazing back with the chat, and I said, if Meg not in jail, free Diddy.
Oh, y'all killing me.
Scorpio said, if they let him go, then free R. Kelly for real.
Facts. No cap.
Everybody out of jail. You
Yes.
get out of jail.
You get out of jail, and you can get out of jail. You get a free card for out of jail. That is so true. I mean, like, man. But Slim J, just my opinion. For some reason, them three, that third one, I think it's all from the start rotating. You know, this is when people start singing. You know, that little bluebird. Yeah, it's gonna be some more stuff going down. But hey, yeah.
So hell no, R. Kelly pissed on a kid.
Oh my goodness. So you got the piss on the kid and baby oil. Which one would you rather have? Neither. But let's get into this. Y'all got me going tonight. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Slim J, just my opinion. So let's get up into this court and see what he can and cannot do and what he done got away with.
Following 7 weeks of dramatic testimony on Monday, the fate of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs will officially be in the hands of a jury. A group of 8 men and 4 women will begin deliberating in New York federal court to determine whether Combs is guilty of 5 felony charges. 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 1 count of racketeering. The Grammy Award winner has pled not guilty, his defense team making their closing arguments Friday, telling the jury the claims against Combs are badly exaggerated and part of his swingers lifestyle.
He may have done bad things, the defense argued, but he didn't do these federal crimes.
But prosecutors alleging the singer, who didn't testify, ran a criminal enterprise and that Combs used power, violence, and fear to get what he wanted. The prosecution calling 34 witnesses, including his longtime ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Prosecutors playing jurors this 2016 security video showing Combs beating Ventura at a Los Angeles hotel, saying Combs physically abused and sex trafficked her and another woman, forcing them to participate in sexual encounters Combs called freak-offs. But Combs' lawyer telling the jury there's no evidence to support those claims and that if he was charged with domestic violence, he would have pled guilty. On Monday, the judge will give jurors instructions before deliberating behind closed doors. They need to reach a unanimous agreement on each count, with Combs facing the possibility.
That's sad right there. So you have all this evidence, but then you say no, it wasn't enough evidence. So I guess they didn't let Cassie stuff go all the way through and what other people said because she took with the money and stuff. Okay, well, let's see what else there's a white to get away with. What we have here.
Okay, and the Says said, freak ass niggas did stay, they ass inside. Baby Scorpio said in response to the R. Kelly being on the kid thing, said P. Diddy might have done that too. They just not telling it.
Right.
And just come back again with, what the hell kind of shirt was that with them big sleeves? Facts though. He was out there looking like a whole bird.
Okay. Baby Scorpio be knowing. She be checking things out to the T. Let's see what else.
Possibility of 15 years to life in prison if convicted. Liz Kreutz, NBC News.
We thank you for.
So anyway, I just think the simple fact is that, he got charged with some things, they just cut it away. But the government is going to let you get away with so much. And then he going to bring some more stuff back.
News.
So, he got a little off right now. Because, I was thinking the OJ case, how they found a glove, they found blood, they found DNA. When you have a bunch of attorneys that know how to get in there, dig, and make points and make people look bad and make it seem like it was just like a little bit reality, but they don't have enough evidence. They came for them people, they went for those people, and they just made sure that, hey, they was gonna win. Let's see what else this little heifer got going on.
A federal judge in the Sean Diddy Combs trial has just denied bail for Combs hours after a split verdict in the racketeering and sex trafficking case against him on the third day of deliberations. The jury finding Combs not guilty on 3 of 5 counts, acquitting him of the most serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Each count carries a maximum transportation to engage.
Real quick. I just want to read out the stuff.
Okay,
he was
ahead.
not guilty on count 1 for racketeering conspiracy. That was the big one. That was the criminal organization one. That's the one that could have put him away for life. He was not guilty on count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. That also would have put him away for life. Count 3, he was guilty, transportation to engage in prostitution. Think about the Chris Hansen show when they be catching those dudes. As transportation could work both ways, either delivering or going to. And then count 4, not guilty, sex trafficking by force, fraud. And that was, one count was for allegedly for Cassie, and then the other count was for the
Jane Doe.
Yeah, correct. You're right. And then count 5 was transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. So basically he got charged guilty for transporting so count 3 and 5 are the same. They correspond with 2 and 4. So they basically said, we're going to hit you for bringing the Punisher, basically, for paying for the Punisher to show up.
That's so lame. But like I said, go and sit high and look low. You think you're getting away with it in front of the people. You got people supporting you with all that BS. And, I was listening to a radio station today and say, oh, I'm glad they freed my man, or he not guilty. I'm tired of them putting the black people, the black guys up and stuff. Stop doing stupid ass shit. Stop thinking that you're going to get away with it. These people are going, whether they're women or men, they're going to get tired of it. And it's going to be some real cushions going towards you. You just got to think about, like, damn, man, I'm chilling. Come as a motherfucker. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass one way or the other. Whether it's the people, the victims, or God itself. It's all on you, You're the one that got to live with this. I I know that it's gonna be some more shit that's going down. It may be over for a little bit, but it's gonna be some more stuff come back, and it's gonna bite them. I mean, you're just not gonna get away with this, especially when you that nice chocolate color. Y'all went out there and told too much. Shit, when the Cliff folks do it, you don't much hear about it. Hey, James was over there. Oh no, I wasn't much there. Be the first one in line, last one to leave, but you don't hear shit about their parties. Playboy Mansion. Man was doing the same dang thing. He was just doing it smart. He just had people that didn't give a damn. They did what they had to do and gone by their business. Game over. No, no foul, no play, right? So what you got next for me?
We can play a little bit more of this, or we can close out on it. It's up to you.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody was kind of going with a 3. I did say 1, 2, 3. So hey, it's enough of him. He shows enough of his. He famous even when he having freak out parties. You can rap, you can produce, you can go sell some ass, allegedly. So, hey, I mean, it is. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's get it. What? Let's go get us a reaction and see what's going on. See something that make it laugh. Let's get it. Yeah, I hope we have some good ones. Again, I sent them, mix them up. If you see something that you like, send it to me. I have put different people, the reaction that they like. That's funny because that's what we do. Oh, why he telling his business? Okay, go ahead. This is funny.
How can I help you?
Oh, hell. This is not no 5-bedroom mansion. I was not expecting this whole heifer when I landed in Dallas this morning.
How does the area look?
Fucked up. It looked very fucked up, ma'am.
It says here we booked you the best mansion we had.
Nah, whole heifer, you probably gave me the best fucking trap house that y'all got in Dallas.
Ma'am, describe the house.
Ma'am, it's yellowish. And it smells like crack and coochie. I done spent 3,000 of my dollars. Either book me something else right now, ho heifer, or I want my money back.
Okay, give me 10 minutes.
I'm not giving you no damn 10 minutes. It didn't take you 10 minutes to take the money off my card. Hello? Hello? I can't believe this shit, ho heifer. I ain't never coming back.
Excuse me, you got $2? I suck your click.
Boy, you better get your ass away from me, ho heifer, before I chop you up and make some crackhead tenders.
That sound good. I got 20. You selling it for 20?
I'm not selling no coochie. I'm not selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing to you.
It's 30 of us. We all got 20 on it.
You say what?
I said all 30 of us got 20 on it. Never mind.
Hold on. No.
Look, you know what? When I think somebody told me, but the funny part about it is like, we plan, vacations, and we sit up there and be, trying to be not just cheap, but we try to, have a budget on a nice place, a nice get out, a gathering that we can enjoy. Everybody's relaxed. It's it may not be a 5-star, but we can at least go 3.5 or something like that, right? But just imagine just going to rent something and oh no. See, I'm gonna give you my deposit, and then I'm gonna have to I hope it will be somewhere close where I can just ride out there, because they catfish people all the time on this kind of stuff. So you got to be careful with it. Make sure that you look at the reviews if you cannot go out there to the place, to make sure it is what it said it is and not what you got catfish about. So I thought that was funny, and I hope you all like that. And thanks for whoever sent me that. I'm about to start writing this down. Sometimes I'll be at work when I do it, but thanks anyway. Next.
my other account. I got 250,000 followers on my other account, but it got banned. This fucking lady comment on my shit say, go back to China. Bitch, I born in fucking San Jose, California. I am American, an Asian American. What the fuck do I go to China for, huh? That ain't even my country, bitch. I ain't even Chinese. Why the fuck do I have to go to China? What, if you tell me to go back, bitch, tell me to go back to fucking California. I'm in Louisiana now, you hear me? Shit, I work in fucking 70 hours per week. Bitch, do you know how much I pay taxes for that shit? Most of y'all American that stay the fuck at home and got the EBT and a fucking unemployment on the welfare shit, and y'all tell me to go back to my fucking country. Who gonna pay the taxes and give y'all the money to spend on them? So that's a few weeks ago on my other account.
You know how people always say, oh, you can take your ass back to Africa, you can take your ass back to Mexico, you can take your ass back to, China or whatever. That shit is funny because just because you're a different race doesn't mean that you're not from here. I mean, you had people that came here and, had kids and generation after generation. So that's just funny. Y'all need to stop stereotyping people. What did my chat just say?
Your chat said, chill out, Luke Kane.
Right. Okay. We got, oh my goodness. This is funny. I can't even quote some of this stuff because it's just too funny. All right. We got another one.
All right.
I know you rather see me die than see me fly. I call all the spots, rock all the rocks, cop all the drops. I know you thinking now when all the ball is stopped. Nigga never home, gotta call me on the yacht. 10 years from now, we'll still be on top. Yo, I thought I told you that we won't stop.
You know what? I don't know, for the last 3 Thursdays, I noticed that things that we talk about, some kind of way, the videos, the reaction just end up in this. They just fall up in here, huh? Yeah.
I just want to let you know there actually was a man outside of the courthouse when he found out Diddy was getting off. He was pouring baby oil on himself.
I know. That was some freaky shit. Oh, wow. Did he?
Yeah, he was a streamer. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I thought I dropped it off for you.
Yeah, like take it. Oh, wow. Golly.
You see the 50 Cent meme that's right next to you? Where he says, yeah, walking off.
I know, like, no, dog. But man, 50 been grinding that cat. I mean, 50 like not letting go. Like 50, one of his houses here in Houston, Texas. So, hey, we don't want no smoke. Just keep all that drama down there, because 50 go hard on all his streams or his chats. He been doing some crazy stuff. So he's not letting up. I mean, 50 is just creasing on everybody, really. But anyways, excuse me. Now, man, see, just like that case, a lot of us thought that they was gonna like pop the shit out of P. Diddy. Like, they wanted him to like take it. They just wanted to grind his ass, but they didn't do that. So I know, right? So now, so y'all can understand what happened. Okay, there you go.
So the Kansas said 50 been grinding that cat was crazy.
Yeah. But look, so we did. I gotta go. We did a story on. I remember y'all. I hope y'all remember when we did a story on Karmelo Anthony, which was a team that was at a track meeting in Fresno, Texas, I think it was. Been a minute. He and two brothers got into it, and man, I'm sorry, y'all. Uh, I just really didn't pay attention to that. That conference. What is that called? That's when they was
Person.
talking. Yes, the press. I did not know, or I didn't pay attention. I saw it. I just didn't pay attention to the words and what was going on. I guess because it was new. It was emotion with the mother, trying to defend her son, and the father, that son that got stabbed, Jeffrey, was the father that got his son that got stabbed. It was Austin, right? He was trying to mend with them. He was going like the Christian way with it, if he was, I say. And they was so hurt and in their own little world until they wasn't realizing that this man was like, I forgive your son, I forgive you, but you so caught up in trying to get your son off of this, horrible incident, this case, and you're not paying attention to this man is the forgiveness. I think if you would have took out time and maybe try to listen. I can't say how you should feel at that time, because when you lose someone at a killing, or if you that victim, parents, the victim, the person that did it, parents, it's kind of hard to say what your feelings are. But Jeffrey was being a bigger person and was trying to mend and saw this, the godly way, the best way he knew how. And that was, he spoke very well. He was like, I already have forgave him, and they wasn't doing that, which I know they had turned into a black and white thing. And that's something that I didn't want to do. I just wanted to get the facts. I wanted to, just hear what was going on. Well, after you let this guy called the lead attorney, we're going to put it at the bottom so y'all can check it out, but just see what's going on. I'm not going crazy. So let's get some of this. His thing, the lead attorney. Y'all need to listen to this, because once he broke this down and I listened to it, I was like, oh no. I was so heartbroken because these two teams fighting and then one gets stabbed. It's never good when somebody get killed, especially these kids. You're supposed to be trying to work on your future, not, killing or having all this animosity in you to want to go kill somebody. You never know what's going on at the house, at school. If you don't sit down and talk to your kids or your spouse or whatever, it could be whoever. If you don't sit down and talk to them, or they don't say nothing to you, hey, you may have a problem on your hand. Well, let's see what he got to say, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He's gonna chop this family up, especially the mother. I feel sorry for her, and I know she's sitting back somewhere thinking about this. Like, damn, I did this because I was too emotional on what was going on, and not really paying attention to the words that I had chose to say out of my mouth. So check out.
Many of you were surprised at a point that I made in my last video on how Karmelo Anthony's family has actually costed Karmelo extra years in prison. So many extra years. You wanted me to expound on that further because you had not heard anyone make that point. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm giving you the perspective, not of a YouTuber reacting to news, but of an attorney who's practiced for more than 20 years. This is behind the scenes info. So let's get to it. Now, let me explain on how Karmelo's mother basically sentenced her own son Karmelo to an extra 10 to 30 more years in prison and what she can do about it now to try to fix it. I explained in my last video that Karmelo's mother apparently hired a family spokesperson, one Dominique Alexander. This Dominique calls himself a minister of justice, whatever that is. Dominique is a convicted felon. He's alleged to have beaten his girlfriend. Then he got a new girlfriend. And when that girlfriend left out of the apartment, the good minister grabbed that woman's 2-year-old baby and shook him until that baby got brain damage. The good minister pled guilty in that case to felony charges and was in prison. Now, this is the man that Karmelo's mom chose to speak on Karmelo and the family's behalf. The good baby shaking minister. The minister did exactly what you would expect a convicted felon to do when handling Karmelo's case. He absolutely destroyed it. How? He ostracized the most important person in Karmelo's case. Now, who is that? Is that the judge? No. Is that the prosecutor? No. The most important person alive in Karmelo's case is actually Jeff Metcalf, the father of the young man that Karmelo Anthony killed, Austin Metcalf. The father, Jeff Metcalf, is the linchpin to Karmelo's entire future. Let me tell you that in a murder case where the victim is gone, the case lives on through the victim's next of kin. When a parent has to bury his child, everyone looks to that parent to gauge how to react. Judges consciously and subconsciously look at the parent's facial expression when they're testifying on the witness stand. Prosecutors run all their plea offers through the parents. Reporters knock on the parents' doors for statements, and they aim their cameras at the parents when the verdicts drop. And the jurors, oh my goodness, the jurors hang on every word of the parents. Notice every little movement, every gesture. In this case,
You just
See,
had to
that's
pause.
why.
Yeah, that's all.
That's
It wasn't.
why. Huh?
That it wasn't buffering. It's just we have to pause it after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I was coming in.
Oh.
That's why we should get knowledge on the law. You know, as far as driving, planes. You know, we caught a plane, went somewhere, and everything was good, and then all of a sudden you got these different changes, these different prices, and I'm like, wait a minute, how we come down here? We didn't have to pay this, but we go back, but it's different states for different rules, and you know, you have to think about anything that you do. You need to like get some knowledge behind it, as far as a lawyer, taxes, buying a house, your cars, the cars that you drive, you know, just get some background on that. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself kind of like in a bad situation sometimes. And sometimes you may come on top. For instance, you buy a car, you're like, okay, I can go down there with 2,000 and I can walk off with this car. But not knowing how much the interest rate is going to be, that 2,000 didn't do nothing for you. It's just like putting $200 down and end up have to eat the other 1,800 later. So with this, they did not know what was going on as far as trying to deal with Jeffrey. They did not know that. They did not know what was going on is, you know, getting more education on somebody that had the license, the knowledge, and the understanding of the law. They went and got a spokesperson. Now, you can get a spokesperson for different things, but when it comes to dealing with the law, you need to get a lawyer, not a spokesperson. Because if a spokesperson can be like what's that, Carmel X, you know, he got, you know, different things that he can push I hit somebody's nerves on the other side of the screen. But anyways, he got some issues he could push. But when it comes to certain things, a certain point, he need to back up. Know your place when you going to be a spokesperson or a lawyer or attorney. If you don't have both of them together, just stay in your lane. Don't set the over bounds, because just like anything, when you go out there messing with the law, the attorneys are just they crazy. I wanted to be one at one point in time, because I'm nosy, and I know they nosy as hell too. So when you come for their client, don't think they're not gonna come for you, especially when you don't know the law. And that's what these people did. They told this man, they straightened his ass like a cat sliding down a couch. You don't see nothing but claws in there. You got to check this out. So what else we got here?
Jeff Metcalf, the father, is not just a spectator in the case. He's the conscience of the entire community. If you win Jeff, you win all the sympathy. But if you alienate him, you can go to prison for life. Now, months ago, Jeff Metcalf, the father, he did something unthinkable. Reporters, as they always do, shoved a microphone in this grieving father's face and asked him, "How do you feel about this Karmelo Anthony?" Do you know what he said? Jeff Metcalf said, and I quote, "You know what? I've already forgiven this person. Already." Now, that is amazing. It's amazing that Jeff would have the strength to do that, because I would be incapable of that. The maturity, the wisdom, the strength, I just would not have. Now, that baby shaking minister is not going to know this, but when a father makes a statement like that, a statement of forgiveness, the entire Karmelo team has to drop everything. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Your entire legal strategy has to change. I can tell you as an attorney that you call an emergency meeting with all the lawyers, all the family, maybe.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? This man, you killed his son. Okay? The son died in his brother's hand, which was his twin. And yet and still this man got the strength to go and say, "I have already forgiven that child." So when he came with that, you should have put your armor guards on too and say, "You know what? I apologize. We should have came to some kind of agreement instead of having all this animosity." I'm echoing. Instead of having all this animosity going on, is that I'm pulling the race card. You doing all this because my son is black and your son is white. Not knowing the facts, because a parent, whether their child is right or wrong, at the time that it's going on, they don't understand the right or wrong. They understand, I'm protecting my child at this point. So I can get it. That's probably what, Anthony's family did. But at the same time, Jeffrey say, "This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take this pain and turn it into a positive situation and be the bigger man." And they say, "I forgive it." So we don't have to worry about, did I forgive your son for stabbing and killing my son? We got past that. Now we need to go to the legal side of it and see what the jury decide to do with this. Because, like the attorney said, they only got so much. It's only so much you can do when you don't have those tools and that understanding how the law works. So now you need to go make sure you lawyer up and get what you need and an understanding of how this case should go, how you should react. Because when you react a certain way, yes, that is true. The lawyers, the judge, everybody in court is looking at you and trying to see how your reaction is going to be. You can go in there and just have a ticket. And if your face looks like you guilty, that judge will look at you, that lawyer look at you like, yeah, All right, well, you have to pay this ticket, or we have to, go to jail for a certain length of time. If you go in there cool, calm, and collect, and start showing all that reactions of what's going on, even if you can be nervous in the church house, you know what I'm saying? Then at least you can kind of like take a deep breath and see what's going on before reacting to what's going on. Be slow on your actions, because sometimes it's just take just that little minute or two to sit back and see what's going to go off or what's going to happen before you react to something. If you don't know, you don't know. But it's always good to get some kind of understanding. So let's see what else he got for us, because I'm telling you, he finna chop them up. And I feel so sad for the mama. And yeah, the mama, because the father, he was being quiet. He knew what he was doing. Them damn women, they always talking.
PR consultants if the family has means for that. You bring everyone together to get them on the same page and let them know that this case will revolve around one person, Jeff Metcalf, the father. So when Karmelo's mother heard what Jeff said about her son, what do you think that this lady did? She handed the microphone at a press conference to the baby shaking minister of justice. And at that press conference where Jeff Metcalf showed up to pray with the family, the baby shaking minister called the police and had Jeff kicked out. Like, can you believe it? They kicked Jeff Metcalf, who came there to pray. They kicked him out of the press conference. The entire spectacle went viral within an hour. Do you know what else? Karmelo Anthony's prison sentence was prolonged by 10 to 25 years within that same hour. Now, why do I say that? What did the family show Jeff in that instance? Jeff, the father. They showed Jeff that there was no remorse. They showed Jeff that there would be no mutual prayers. There would be no reconciliation. Showed that man nothing but hostility and aggression. The same hostility, the same aggression maybe that was at that track meet that fateful afternoon, that was under that tent. Some of you are not going to appreciate how important this father is. You just don't know how these criminal sentences work. I see your comments on YouTube and Twitter. You think, oh, this person killed that person, so put the killer in prison and throw away the key. Put him there for life. That's what you guys say. You have no idea. I will tell you that people kill people all the time, and the sentences range from insanity on the low end to insanity on the high end. Now, who controls where the sentence is going to fall? At the end of the day, it is the sentiment of the community that will decide. And in this case, Jeff Metcalf is at the center of that entire community. Now, let's do this. Let's suppose it is your first day of law school, and I am your criminal law professor. I am going to tell you some quick facts, and you tell me the sentence that you would give in this scenario if you were the jury, if you were the judge. But first, and this is important, put right now for the record what you think Karmelo should be sentenced to in the comments. Put it below. Now, here is the quiz. I want everybody to take it. Here's the first case, 4 cases. A 16-year-old in Texas, basically the same age and state of Karmelo. He gets hammered, consuming alcohol, consuming drugs. He does the whole thing. He gets behind the wheel of a vehicle. Of course, he gets into an accident. Now, here's the thing. He kills 4 people. He intentionally gets hammered and gets cooked, and then he takes 4 lives. Now, little law student of mine, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to determine how many years in prison you would give him. Ready? Go. And while you are considering your sentence, just know that in this case, the affluenza case, if you're old enough to remember, this young man, he took 4 lives. But how many years did the judge give him? Well, the judge gave him 10 years for taking 4 lives. 10 years. But here's the kicker. It wasn't 10 years of prison. The judge gave him 10 years of straight probation. This man took 4 lives and got a straight probationary sentence, not 1 day in prison. Did you guess it? Did you guess 0 years? Now, here is the second of 4 scenarios. A football player gets hammered just the same. He gets into his Bentley, he's an NFL player, and starts speeding. Of course, he runs over a guy, kills him dead. How many years in prison did this NFL player get for the killing? Now, the victim is gone forever. You got 5 seconds to guess. How many years? And while you are considering how many years, all you football fans know that Mike Vick, the quarterback of the great Atlanta Falcons, got 2 years in prison for dogfighting. That's 2 years in prison for dogs. How many years did this NFL player get for actually killing a man? That's right. Dante Stallworth gets hammered, gets in his car, and kills a man in the street. He gets 30 days in the county jail. No prison at all. Just 30 days in jail. Mike Vick gets 2 years in prison for dogs. Now, my little law student, you ask, well, how can that be?
Now let's think about that. Do you think it's about the money they have? Do you think about the actions that they take? The actions that they don't take? Like the guy that killed the 4 people, do you think he had the money to do that? Or did he have the money to, have the lawyers, the knowledge of good lawyers? Michael Vick, well, we all know that, well, most of us know that story. My opinion about that, people get more time behind animals than they would, people at times, sometimes. But especially when it comes to fighting animals and stuff, yeah, they hammer you for that. Just like I was telling y'all earlier about the O.J. Simpson case. I mean, he didn't get no years, They grind him, and of course the family of Nicole and the friend sued him for so much, but he didn't do no time behind that. Y'all remember? That was a long trial. That was a long case. I mean, I remember that I was still in school. I can't much remember how old I was, but that was like, only thing you would see is this on every TV. You go to the wash chair, the grocery stores that had TVs, in the little corner there, you'd be like, God dog, can we stop looking at this? But, like the, what is Cox? He said, if the glove don't fit, then it'll quit. They find DNA. They found so much. He did get sued, allegedly, behind the killing of Nicole and her friend. But after so many years, guess what happened? Karma came back and bit him in his ass, and he's allegedly supposed to have went to jail for stealing his own stuff. And how many years he got behind it? Like almost 30 something years. I forgot how many years he did. And then he get out of jail, or did he? I think he did get out of jail. I can't remember. That case was so much until it just gave me brain fart every time I think about the case. But anyway, after that, then he ended up dying, from cancer. So he still ended up going to jail. It wasn't behind, the wife and the wife friend. It was allegedly behind him stealing some stuff and getting in some more trouble, but he still ended up going to jail. So one way or the other, you're going to get caught. That's just how the system works. And they know how to prolong their stuff to get this money. But y'all got to check this out. We'll probably speed up just a little bit. I kind of want to speed up to where he kind of like talking about the the family and everything. Yeah. I think I should have did a bookmark on that. But let's just bear with us, because we started on this video, but we did not look it all the way through. So we are, like kind of getting certain pointers across that we want y'all to see and understand that, this man did not make it as a black and white thing. He made it as these are kids. And one of these kids or maybe both kids had some kind of animosity, or just, they was hurt, or they was having a bad day. But it starts from the house. It always starts from the house. Whatever your kids see you do, how you react, how you deal with certain situations, that's how they react. If when you hit your hand and you say shit, trust and believe, when your child go outside that door, or when that child is somewhere by themselves or whatever, and they hit their little finger, what word gonna come out their mouth? Shit. Why? Because they heard it from you. Kids are sponges. They suck up everything that they see somebody do, whether it's good or bad. But you got to make that choice for them to make the best choice, the right choice. Start from the house. Let's see what else he got for us.
Well, the defense team in that case did a great job of humanizing the husband, humanizing the killer, and getting the jury on his side. The jury didn't hate the killer. In Karmelo's case, do you think the jury would hate Karmelo if Austin's father, Jeff, pleaded with the jury for mercy, pleaded with the jury for grace, is seen praying and reconciling and crying with the Karmelo family? Everyone in that courtroom would be crying, listening to Jeff's victim impact statement. The judge would be crying. The bailiffs would be crying. The attorneys would be crying. The jury. Believe me, everyone in that courthouse would have their eyes full of tears. At the end of the day, we are all human. Karmelo would have been spared. He would have not gotten a lot of time. You can absolutely get a judge and jury on your side. You just have to know how to do it. Now, and this is the last case, and this is for all of my A students. Let's go back to the vehicular homicide cases. You think that you can get off easy by killing somebody with your car, remember? Remember when you thought, oh, well, it's because the guy who killed 4 people was driving. That's why he got 0 years in prison. Okay, that guy killed 4 people. What about a guy that killed 6 people in his car at a parade? You've got 5 seconds to consider how many years this guy would get for killing 6 people. If the first guy got 0 years in prison for killing 4 people, how many years in prison did this guy get for killing 6 people? All right, you got your answer? Don't you know that this guy got 1,000 years? 1,000. They calculated it out to like 1,067 years. He got 6 life sentences and an additional 760 years for the people that he hurt with his car. Now, how do you go from 0 to 1,000? Well, this guy got every single person in the community to hate him. Darrell Brooks never apologized to any of the family members and was hostile to everyone in the courthouse during his court case. The judge ended up blasting him. So now, my law student, you can see the importance of getting the families, getting the community on your side. It can be the difference between 0 years and 1,000 years. Is the Karmelo family doing that? Is the Karmelo family getting the Austin Metcalf family on their side by kicking out Austin's father at the press conference?
See, the way you act, the way you carry yourself, the way you accept responsibilities, what you're doing, your reactions, the way you handle yourself can help you in certain ways. We have these people, road rage for one. We all going to this damn red light. The light is red, okay? Once the light turns green, why are you back here honking your horn when a light just turned green? I haven't had the second or two to look to my left or right to see if somebody is gonna run the light, because that's what a lot of people like to do. They think like, oh, well, I got to the light, I'm gonna run the light. And when they run a light, then it's an accident. And then, well, I wasn't trying to do that. Well, you seen that your light was yellow to begin with. When your light is yellow, that means to slow down. Don't try to go through that. Now, if it's raining, I can understand, okay? Because, you're trying to stop at a fast pace. 1 out of 10, you probably would slide through there. If you got some decent ties, some good ties, then you may get that grip where you don't slide through there, but you kind of like, burn a rubber a little bit. But when you see that your light is yellow, why the hell do you speed up? Why do you blow your horn when the light it just turned green? If you in that such a bigger rush, get your ass up and out the house 10, 20 minutes, however many minutes you need to get to your destination, instead of trying to rush somebody because you late, or trying to rush somebody because you in a bad mood. Somebody piss you off. Learn how to cope with your own shit first before you bring it to somebody else's attention. Why did this guy get up in court and act a jackass and aggressive with everybody? Don't you know that's like, they see this. They see your attitude. When they see your attitude like this, then guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna like, oh well, they don't give a damn. So why should I? Why should I even show them any kind of pity? No, you wanna be an ass? Okay, I'm gonna show you how good of an ass I am. I'm gonna show you who's gonna win this. And then you be like, man, this person over here, they did the same thing I did, but they got probation or they got off. Well, how was that person reacting in court? How was the action? How was the body language? So you gotta realize that when you out here with this crazy world, sometimes it's easy to just kind of like glance and just, don't take your eyes all the way off of a person, but don't sit up there and let a person take you to another level when you don't really have to go there. Why you gonna waste your time doing this shit? Waste your time on something that's gonna make you money, put food on your table, or make you a better person. Don't bow down to that level. Because when you do that, then that trouble is like a second to get in. But to walk away or to just don't say nothing, you're the bigger person. My great grandma always told me it takes two fools to argue, but one person, a wise person, will walk away. If you don't have nobody to talk to or argue with, you're gonna some dumb ass people, okay? You don't say nothing to them. You walk away. Or you just sit there and just don't say nothing. Why are they still talking? Why are they still arguing? Because they want to see what words they can say to you to get a reaction. But your challenge is not to give their reaction, not to give them what they want. That makes them more madder than anything. You get around here and get to arguing and shit, I will look at your ass like you TV and one much blank. Because it don't make sense. You just wasted like 10 minutes of my life listening to your bullshit, when I could have did 1 minute and walk away and did something that was created, something that was, do something good for me, not in that bull stuff. So just when y'all out there in the streets, try not to go through the road rage, because it's getting worse. Excuse me, especially here in Houston. I mean, every day is getting worse. And another thing, stop riding them damn bicycles on the freeway. Stop it. It says cars, motor vehicles, not bicycles. Stop. Okay, so we have a little more with the lead attorney. And then we're gonna get into our third topic. So let's get it.
It's insanity how they are handling the Karmelo case, and Karmelo will pay the price. Now, people have asked, they said, well, Lee, if you represented the Karmelo family, how would you have handled it if Jeff Metcalf showed up at the press conference? Guys, there are so many ways that this press conference could have been used to benefit not only Karmelo, but both families' entire well-being. I would have already talked to Karmelo's family about how important Jeff is to the entire case. Hopefully, the Karmelo family would have already communicated with Jeff numerous times, expressing remorse, expressing sorrow, offering apologies for the incident. And if Jeff shows up at that press conference, guess what? We are not having a Karmelo press conference anymore. We are having a joint press conference. And guess what else? Jeff Metcalf gets the microphone first. He gets the spotlight. We stand behind him while he talks. He gets the first words and he can talk for as long as he wants. Now, a few of you might say, well, what happens if he goes off the rails? What happens if he starts saying bad things about Karmelo? Well, good. Let him say it. He's not saying anything that we all haven't felt. And you know what we do? We stand there behind him and we take it. We take our loss with grace and patience and understanding. This man just lost a son. We are taking all of his heat. We know that the jury is going to see that too. The jury is going to be watching our demeanor while this man is up there blazing us. And after he's finished, we get on the microphone. What do? We express our understanding of his words. We express how justified he is in feeling everything that he feels. All parents can understand where this man is coming from. We thank him for his strength to join us. We tell everyone that we welcome this and all future opportunities to listen to Jeff. We express remorse at the circumstances again, and we apologize for the circumstances again. And you know what we do then? We shut up. We end the press conference right there. We don't go on to put the blame on racist white people. We don't go on to keep claiming self-defense. We don't need to argue self-defense at the press conference. The attorneys, if they need to, can argue that in court. Blaming white people and screaming self-defense gets us nowhere. We have to be intelligent for once in our lives. We end the press conference on the best note possible. The jury is going to see it. If the press conference goes off the rails, it's not going to hurt us because, again, everyone can understand where Jeff is coming from. And Jeff is always free to say those things anyway, inside the press conference or out. So we take the risk. But you know what? Because of what Jeff expressed in the past and because of the man that Jeff Metcalf is, I bet that press conference would not have gone off the rails. I would bet that it would have been beautiful. And like Jeff said, we would have prayed together and sought reconciliation together. And that would have been the start of getting so many years off Karmelo's prison sentence. So what needs to happen going forward? If the family hired me, the lead, to consult with them on this case, here's what I would tell them. First, and this is number one, fire the baby shaking minister of justice. Fire that man immediately and publicly. Let everyone know that he is no longer on the team. We've got attorneys now. We've got the lead consulting now. We definitely don't need baby shaking convicted felons representing us. Second, I would appoint Jeff, the father, to choose a new spokesman. I'd tell him to think of someone like a retired pastor, a real pastor, or a retired judge with impeccable standing. We are giving Jeff the control of this because Jeff is the person who can do the most to help Karmelo and to heal the community. Third, I would tell the family, Karmelo Anthony's family, to cut a check to Jeff immediately for restitution of the funeral. Then give him some more for counseling, maybe some more money for a memorial. I'm thinking at least $50,000. And here's the thing, we do it quietly. We don't tell a soul. It'll show Jeff our commitment, and maybe Jeff will mention it to the community later on. But even if he doesn't, fine. We still give him the money privately, and we give it to him right now, 24 hours. Then I would also set up a new GoFundMe, and I would add Jeff as a co-trustee to that. The new GoFundMe would be for a scholarship fund in Austin's name. And we, the Karmelo family, make the first contribution. I'm thinking maybe another $50,000. Now, the Karmelo family has already collected $500,000, and some of that's going to be used on the lawyers, even though apparently Karmelo applied for a free lawyer, but we'll talk about that in another video. So the family can afford to give $100,000 to the man who can help their son the most. It's an investment in Karmelo and towards communal reconciliation. Guys, as you can see, there is so much that goes into a criminal case. And Karmelo's mother is so ignorant in hiring a baby shaking minister of justice.
See, I understand this lawyer. I understand the facts, the points that he's saying, due to money. I mean, I agree with him on a lot of things. Now, I heard allegedly they raised a lot of money. Now, where did the money go? Don't know. But it didn't go to a lawyer. It couldn't have. If they got a spokesperson to, speak for them, which did not have the knowledge of a lawyer or attorney. So, I just think that's crazy. We're gonna start talking about this last case. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna do a follow up next Thursday. I will probably start my show off. Most definitely, I'll start my show off with it, so y'all can get another update on this case. It is a sad case. I wish both families the best, and I mean that's just heartbreaking on both sides. You're losing both of your kids. One you can go see, and really talk to that person. The other one, you can talk to them, but you can't get no response for that person. So it's heartbroken on both sides. So with that said, we're going to get to the holiday, July the 4th. It is a very, very fun day, but it can also be a deadly day. It can be a deadly day on the guns, the firecrackers, people out there drinking, having fun, not knowing a limit or not giving a damn about their limit. So therefore, I hope that everyone focus on safety, having fun, and not getting into situations where it's not much worth it. So make sure if y'all out there popping firecrackers, fireworks, that y'all do it in a safe place where, well, luckily it rains, so that would kind of help us out, especially here in Houston. Make sure that you don't try to relight any fireworks. If you do not light, don't worry about it. Go to the next one, throw that away, because if you try to relight it, it can actually be lit, and by the time you get close to it, it can actually cause damage to your face, your fingers, to your body, period. So make sure y'all be careful with that. As far as guns, go to the gun range if you want to go shoot your gun. Don't shoot your gun in the air and think that it's not going to come back down. Because what goes up must come down, right? And coming down, bullets don't have no name. It don't have a certain place that it wants to go, especially if it's going in the air, then it get gravity going up and gravity coming back down, which can go to somebody's house, somebody's body, vehicles. That's just not a safe thing to do. For us drinking, you got Uber, you got Lyft, you got friends, you got taxis, you got Metro. Don't want to leave your car? Don't go out there drinking like that. And I know people get out there to have fun. They haven't realized that, that you consume that much alcohol or whatever it is that you do. So just be careful out there. It is a lot going out here without holidays. Let's make this holiday a safe holiday. Also, a lot of you are traveling out of town. Make sure that y'all, be safe on the road. Have y'all supplies, the gas, the things that you need. Try to take extra cash. Try to, get plenty of rest if you don't want us driving. Some people, like, I know we drive, we go out of town. Sometimes we can drive down there and then come back the same day. So within that, you have 2 hours going down, 2 hours coming back. But then you have that in between time that you can kind of hang out, relax. And some of us, hang out, take a nap, or some of us just keep on just going and not realizing how tired you are. And that can cause, late response to people out there that's driving crazy, aggressive, or just on their damn cell phones when they know they should be focused on the street, the highways. So make sure you be aware, and also pay attention to people out there that's want to have fun, want to race or whatever. Pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure that you pay attention to your kids with the fireworks as well. Get the safe, kids fireworks, the little sparkles. If y'all can't do that, you can't afford that. But think about this: you can't afford it. They have plenty of places here in Houston that you can go to and just look at the fireworks. Let's go off, and that is a safe thing. Just make sure you pay attention to your surroundings, because after leaving some of these shows, some people like to think that they are firework or something. They want to be a jet and haul ass to the house or haul ass to their next destination. So be careful out there. So we have some pointers for you, and then I know y'all probably trying to get in y'all bed, and some of y'all probably already closed y'all eyes on me. I hope y'all enjoy the show. So let's get to my last little section. And I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do. So let's get it.
Okay, so we don't have a video for this, but we do have. I didn't get a video sent to me, so I do have bullet points. Yeah, I already covered them, but here they are. And share them with you. All right, so
Can you see it?
firework safety. Some already covered it, but attend professional shows instead of lighting your own if you can. Never let kids handle fireworks, just like she said. They say don't use the sparklers either, but they're gonna do something. Also, keep a bucket of water or a hose nearby for emergencies. Don't relight duds, just like what Slim said. Don't be a fool. And check local laws before purchasing or using fireworks. And then they also have some additional things for grilling safety. So obviously grill outdoors, only away from buildings and trees. Clean grease buildup to prevent flare-ups. Never leave the grill unattended. Keep kids and pets at least 3 feet away, and use a meat thermometer to ensure proper cooking temperature, especially for chicken, guys. Water safety. If you're gonna be in the water, make sure that you supervise children when they're near pools or in open water. Use life jackets when boating, especially for kids and weak swimmers. Avoid alcohol while swimming or supervising swimmers. Learn CPR. For sun and heat protection, we've been screaming this. Slim's been screaming this the whole time it got hot. But might want to apply you some sunscreen every 2 hours. Especially after swimming or sweating, and stay hydrated with water and water-rich snacks like watermelons. And then take breaks in shaded or air-conditioned areas to cool off. Watch for signs of heat exhaustion, dizziness, nausea, heat sweating, heavy sweating. And then for pet safety, if you love your pets, keep pets indoors during the fireworks. I cannot stress that enough. They will panic and they will run away. It's no may, they will do it. Use calming music or white noise to soothe them. Ensure pets have ID tags or microchips just in case they get away, and never bring pets to fireworks shows or leave them in hot cars. Travel, just like what Slim said, and alcohol awareness. Want to make sure you buckle up and avoid distractions while driving. Designate a sober driver to use ride sharing if drinking, and keep alcohol away from kids and avoid mixing it with fireworks and swimming. And then last but not least, emergency prep. You want to have a first aid kit all ready and a charge phone ready. Know your location in the nearest hospital for urgent care, like somebody blows fingers off, because it will happen. Keep emergency contacts handy, especially if traveling. And that is pretty much it.
So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the show. And I hope y'all did get some understanding from it and some knowledge, as far as the law. Just try to learn it. I mean, it's just certain things out there that we don't know. We don't pay attention to. As far as the 4th of July, have a happy and safe 4th of July. Make sure y'all follow the safety rules. Use the common sense. Use the safety sense. Y'all have a blessed and safe weekend. Much love. Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe to Slim's actual channel. You guys are watching it. I can see you. You're watching it right now. But some of you are not on her channel. So make sure to go ahead and follow the channel. Okay.
Make sure you tune in.
Make sure you tune in over there. Okay. And that's it. See ya.
Be safe. Much love.